Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So let's have a look at KITE coin. So basically this is a newly launched token. As you can see, it just launched I think like around 15 minutes ago or something like around 40 minutes ago, as you can see. And as of now the token is going down. So let's break it down what KITE is and what it offers and why it has a massive market cap of 223 million at launch, as you can see here. So let's break it down. So as of now the token is available on the Binance as well as a bit pretty much available on the Korean like exchanges as well as OKX and Binance, and I think it will also eventually get a launch on Coinbase as well. There is a reason for that. We'll break it down. So first of all, what is KITE? So it is really easy to understand. KITE is building the base layer for the agentic internet. It is the first system that provides autonomous agents with cryptographic identity, programmable permissions, and native access to stablecoins. So basically, the first AI payment blockchain, foundational infrastructure empowering autonomous agents to operate and transact with identity, payments, governance, and verification. So basically, this is a EVM layer 1, as you can see here, and they are basically focused on AI agents. So as of now, the interesting thing that they have going on is something called agentic network basically. So this is how the agents network looks like. So they are replacing traditional dApps to these agents. So that is what they have going on. You can get an early access on it, and if you look at their investors, they do have really interesting investors. So there is Samsung Next, as you can see. There is PayPal Venture, which is big thing I would say, and they also have some more. It does includes Animoca brands as well. So that is the reason I think why the token will most likely find its way towards Coinbase as well eventually. And if it does, I think the token could actually go even higher than this is as of now. Again, the listings are pretty good, I would say. It did get listed on the Bitget as well as KuCoin, including like Get.io as well. We have Maxi, Bithum, Bitcoria. So I think these are pretty much big exchanges, but I think the Coinbase exchanges, so that I think the Coinbase listings should also follow as well. And if it happens, I think the possibility of KITE recovering is going to be pretty high. So if we talk about its ecosystem, they do have a really big ecosystem. As you can see, these are the different projects in their ecosystem. So this is pretty big one, I would say. This is a massive ecosystem. And in terms of their app or their agentic network, they have like these following things supported as of now, as you can see here. So that is a pretty big ecosystem, I would say. And if we talk about like its tokenomics, that is where things do get interesting. So if we look at like the token utilities, so they have two phases. So the first one is the module liquidity requirements. After that, there is ecosystem access and eligibility. Of course, you do need AI token, so you do need KITE token to basically interact with the ecosystem. After that, there is ecosystem incentives as well, and after that they do have something called AI service commissions as well. That is where the KITE comes in. We also have staking as well as governance. So now these utilities don't really matter that much as of now. So the reason is I think the reason is that the chain is still in the testnet. So once the mainnet arrives, I think that is when the KITE could actually get a lot more done, and I think that is when where we'll most likely see a really good demand for the KITE. Now in terms of like its tokenomics, it has a max supply of 10 billion. So the supply is kept at 10 billion, so that's really good. So they get like 48% to the ecosystem and community, 12% to the investors, and 20% to the team, advisors, and early contributors, and whereas 20% goes to the modules, as you can see here. So I think these modules are basically these different things that they have in their ecosystems, I believe. Anyways, if you look here, this is how the token emissions looks like. So as of now, the initial circulating supply is going to be around 1.8, and it will eventually increase. And if you look here, we do have a massive cliff starting after 1 year. So that means we don't have any sell pressure for the KITE as of now. The initial sell pressure that the kite is as of now facing is from these airdrop farmers most likely, and I think that is the reason why the token is going down. I think most likely these airdrop farmers are selling their coin, and because of that the token is going down. So as of now, I think if we just look at its market cap, it is like somewhere around 189 as of now. I think it should find a really good support somewhere around 150 or even 100 million. That is a possibility. But again, if it does go down below, like let's say if it continues to go down, I think the best I would say the best support that we can see is going to be somewhere around, I would say, let's see, so this was a surge of 32%, so let's see. So I think the possibility of it going as low as 8.4 cent is really high, and we could see a really good support at 8.4 cent. I think that is like the support that I'm looking at as of now. The reason being is that I think looking at the investors, they do have really strong investors, and I think as of now we only have like these airdrop farmers that are taking the profit, I think. And I think once the more announcement follow, the token will most likely go up. And again, I think their Coinbase listing is most probably coming. And even if you look at the investors, they do have like solid backers, and I think that is where most probably the value of like KITE comes from. And as of now, if you look at their biggest like investor is PayPal, and I think it could be big one. Again, I think this token should be at least like, it should at least hit 500 million or even 600 million before it goes down. That is the peak that I'm looking at as of now. And again, this volatility I think is due to airdroppers basically selling tokens, and I think it should find support somewhere around 8.4 cent or even somewhere around 8 cent, or most probably as low as like 7 cent is a possibility. But again, I think once it does starts to go up, we are most probably looking at a surge, I would say as high as like 20 cent or even I think 40 cent is a possibility for this token. And again, as I said, the chain is still in the testnet, so once the mainnet arrives, I think that is when we'll most likely see a massive hype for the KITE, and that is when we could see a massive gain for the KITE. And again, I think as I said, its supply won't increase like for 1 year, so I think that is going to be a pretty good thing. So it could be a really good hold, and if we're planning to get into this coin, I think it could be a really good buy somewhere around like I would say 8.5 to 6.5 cent. That is the level that I'm looking at as of now, and if it hits that level, I think it can go as high as 20 cent or even 40 cent depending on the announcements that they make after like this initial launch. Again, the token just launched, so I think there will be a surge as well as a dump, because as of now the volatility is really high for this token. Anyways, I think this could be really interesting coin, and if I plan to get it, I think it is better to wait somewhere around 150 million market cap, or even I think 100 could also be a really good entry point for this token again. So somewhere around here, and I would say somewhere around here as well. So let's see. Okay, so let's look at the price. So again, I think that is what I'm looking at. Anyways, thanks for watching. I will be back with more. Thank you.